What do you expect from an MBA student who is joining your organization?
You see, a lot of things that you study may not be exactly relevant in the real world. And therefore, if we hire a student, we want to see what part of knowledge he or she knows will really apply, and that application part of that knowledge, how much they really have expertise on. So, a lot of things would be very theoretical, and in real world you will find that it does not apply exactly as it appears to be in the book. I take courses in IIM Ahmedabad, when they pass out. At that stage we take, and even in that kind of institute we find that the real world understanding is very little for them. And therefore the students who come with little work experience, we find them, they are able to relate the concept very well. But the students who don't have experience of real world, their bookish knowledge, we find that we have to train a lot.
Yes.
So when we hire a student, we take as a trainee, but if we find that they are able to take up quickly, in 6 months they are given on real job.
Yes.
So our expectation is to hire the guys whom we don't have to train much. 6 months should be enough for them to take and understand things. Of course, they need to be trained because each profession is entirely different. So whatever you learn is in general common. It has to be very specific to the industry you go to. But our expectation is how quickly you can take up things.
So what are your future plans like for your organization?
You see, ours is a derivative exchange.
Okay.
In India, commodity exchanges opened in 2003. So it has been 14 years, but it's still in very early stages. A lot of development has to be there. Now, there are employees or students who could be working for the exchange, but exchange is a regulator.
Yes, sir.
SEBI is our bigger regulator who regulates exchanges. We regulate our members, the way they function, the exchange. Now these students would work for the brokerage houses whom we regulate. So the real job is there at the broker's end, because the connection between the investors or the hedgers or speculators, all of them have through the brokers, they come to us. And therefore more job opportunities are there because you are interacting with the last mile people. And therefore we have the broker system where they are spread all over, whereas exchanges are national, one location.
Yes, sir.
We have few branches, but mostly we single location. So expertise that is needed is, unlike stock exchanges, in commodity exchanges, there is an actual delivery of commodities. And therefore expertise in logistics and warehousing is also very important. So the people who have expertise in logistics, warehousing, they can be absorbed. People who know the derivatives in the financial market, they have the job futures more with the brokerage house than with the exchanges. And in exchange, you understand how to regulate various part of them, but also we have business development department where they go and explain to people the business opportunity that exists. Now the commodity exchanges are the place for risk management. And commodities are used by everybody.
Yes, sir.
Whether you know or not, but all of us, we get affected by the commodity price movement up or down.
Yes, sir.
Inflation is immediately impacted by the
Yes,
commodity
sir.
prices. So the country which knows how to manage the price risk would be in a better position to control the inflation. And it would be able to reward the producing industries or raw material producers so that they stay in business, because commodity is always cyclical.
Yes, sir.
In bad cycle, if you are not able to manage your risk, you will be out of business. And when the up cycle comes, you are not ready to take the benefit of that. So how to sustain yourself during the cycles of the business? That is what is very important, and for that risk management, you need these institutions like commodity exchanges.
So what you prefer? Like we are now freshers. So what should we go for? A startup company or established company?
You see, in startup company, you have a risk
Yes, sir.
of starting something new which you think could work very well, may or may not.
Yes, sir.
Whereas when you join a company which is settled, so you are in a stream, you have little way of innovating. You will have to work on the system which is already laid out. You can do minor tweaking, you can do outperformance in certain limited area, but you cannot create new thing. So it depends on your personality. If you are looking to innovate something new, which is not the mainstream, which is not existing now, and you can foresee that, then you should go in startup. You know, but startup is a risk that how much what you are innovating. Sometimes you innovate and you are ahead of time. You are so ahead of time that 10 years you have to wait for real world to know that yes, this is needed. Do you have patience to stay there for 10 years? Many people would not have more than 1 or 2 years, so they give up. So it depends on what your personality type is, what kind of risk you are willing to take, and how long you can wait for that. Then comes funding and all. But when you are working as an employee with a startup, funding part is probably taken care of. But in a startup, you have a lot of freedom to do whatever you like. It may fail, it may succeed. In a setup company, there are laid down rules, regulations, you have little freedom. So it all depends on your personality.
So how would you like to stay connected with NGM and the student?
You see, I had no idea about this institute.
Okay, sir.
And we remain connected to very few top business schools, that interact with us, so we go to them. So whether we remain connected or not is not our priority to get connected, because we run certain education program, awareness program, and in that whatever institute, wherever we want to do, our local members, they identify, and then they invite us, and we go and we facilitate this stakeholders meet. So it is more decided by our broker members or our field people, which would be the right institute to use for. We don't use large scale hiring. It's a very, very limited job opportunities people have. It is more with the broker's house. So we don't really keep connected with many business schools, because we don't have a very large in finance world. In many companies, you have less number of people doing a higher volume of business, because you don't need much physical work here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your valuable input, sir. It was pleasure meeting you.